It's going to be a tough one. Tough one for Cloud9.
This is something I've brought out a couple times. When you look at a map like Nuke, no matter how prepared you are, no matter how ready you feel like you are on Nuke, it's still a 50-50 throw-up because of the fact that it's such a CT-sided map that if the CTs get off to a good start, like Cloud9 right now, it does look like Ghost Gaming could have their work cut out for them. Moving down towards lower as Automatic does take down Steel. Vice is patiently waiting.
Yeah, Vice is still down here. He did have help, but that help went over to Hell and then went up into Heaven, and now you have some inherent lower defense. Cajun B is able to pick up the next kill, so it's up to a 2v4. Not a great look, as it looks like Neptune has to over-push. He could not stand stationary, and he does overwhelm Cajun B in there. So Neptune needs a 1v4, actually, I think, to win this round. It has to be the ace clutch as well on top of that to boot. He had a 1v3 earlier today, too, and let's see if he could pull this one off. Magic could happen. Not today, though.
Golden taking him down. Ghost Gaming looking for a very quick ramp hit, but Cloud9 with even quicker rotations down to that site, able to completely dismantle Ghost Gaming before they even get an opportunity to get that bomb down. A nice pistol round coming out from Cloud9, and they're going to be up 1-0.
It's the start they need, but Ghost Gaming actually are investing in this round already, looking for that force buy, even without the bomb plant. They've purchased up 2 SMGs, and they have the automatic pistol in Kusta's hands, and they will look to possibly play a faster. I see the squeaky door getting blasted open. There's a Molotov there that might actually cut 2 players out from the remaining crew, but 2 have gotten down the vents. Sometimes, usually, 1's only enough to get down the vents and have a pretty successful lower side. Golden, though, ain't waiting for no man. He tries to rush the bomb planter, but look at the confidence, too, given by Neptune to make sure that bomb goes down. I mean, he went behind that silo and just said, I'm sticking it.
Oh my goodness there. Yeah, Kusta runs in front of Cajun B, not realizing that Cajun B had actually made his way down the vents. We do see Ghost Gaming move 2 players in towards ramp, however, as the bomb is being defused. This round should be going the way of Cloud9 as Automatic does take down Wardell. It will be an AUG recovered by the T side, however.
It's not the worst of situations, but I think Ghost Gaming were actually anticipating to win that round, how clean their entry was down into the lower site. They got that first opening kill. It was just unfortunate. Nobody had anticipated that Cajun B was in the decon.
Well, yeah, the real issue arose there when, like you mentioned, Cajun B making it towards decontamination, and the fact that Ghost Gaming had nobody really concentrating on that portion of the map. All their forces were heading towards ramp. That allowed Cajun B to slip in undetected and pick up 2 very easy kills.
Yeah, those kills were the difference maker. It's going to be another fast play. Kusta sprints out of the hut. The rest of the team's on their way towards the ramp room, and they'll find themselves their first kill. With that AUG that was saved in the previous round, they've gone up and just put up rifles across the board for everybody. Maybe Kusta didn't have one. I think he actually had an SMG sprinting into the upper site, but he was just playing diversion.
Yeah, a couple smokes down towards the left side of that lower bomb site as Steel will be going for the plant now. Ghost Gaming in full control of this lower site.
They got a little bit of utility to work with as well. It's Freakazoid that has the Molly and the HE. So hopefully he's able to get that Molotov down to kind of pinch and make this retake awkward for Cloud9. It's a 4v4 situation right now. The first Molotov comes into the backside of the cubby, but nobody's home. Still gets the first kill to be traded back and forth and back and forth. Now Automatic and Golden both wounded into their 20s. Don't have much of a choice looking at a 2v3 deficit, and especially losing Golden. Automatic will just head for the high hills, up the stairs, and out of the site. So it will be all irradiated here shortly, but Ghost are on the board for the first time.
Yeah, nice round coming out from Ghost Gaming. Very quick towards ramp. They do create a little bit of an interfake to hold the CTs at bay, as you see Kusta just essentially sacrifice his body, rushing out that hut, gets taken down right away, but at the same time, Ghost react by going very quickly to ramp, end up getting that entry kill, move towards the lower site, and then in the post-plant scenario, we saw Cloud9 getting a couple kills, but nothing really happening for them as we do see Automatic fall back for the save.
So that strategy we just witnessed with Kusta running in through the hut is a very similar strategy, not quite with the same timings as we saw on Inferno. We've seen Kusta rush into the B site quickly and allowing the team to come up into top mid. They're hoping that Kusta gets like 1 kill, maybe even 2 kills would be a bonus. That would unsettle your defenders and start them rotating. You're only trying to get those defenders maybe 1 or 2 steps out of their defaults just by reacting to Kusta rushing in. But Ghost Gaming were a little slower to get to the ramp room comparatively what their actions were on Inferno.
Okay, looking at the round now, Ghost Gaming not looking to take anything too quick. They've left Wardell in this lurk position towards the outer yard. where Golden will be jumping behind Blue as well as Automatic towards that CT side of Rafters. Golden will be taken down. Automatic able to trade that one out onto Wardell. We are into a 4-on-4.
Wardell just doesn't use the scope on the AUG at all. He at those long ranges, he just chose to use shoulder firing it. Got the first, didn't find any damage on the second wall though, all the way up towards heaven. And now you've got a 4v4, but still big weapon advantage for Ghost Gaming, and they're biding their time, and they'll continue to do this. They've got the utility to play with as well, so Ramp Room might be slightly difficult to get into. Vice is here, but it's only a P250. If Vice gets himself a headshot on the entry fragger and is able to just fall back, he doesn't even necessarily need the kill. There's a little bit of damage, and he does fall off. So it just slows Ghost Gaming down a little bit more. Let's see what the mobility looks like for Cloud9. They've already got a player into the lower site, and that's Vice, obviously coming down through the ramp. He goes in now into the dark cubby, and there's a lot of players up on those rafters, so that's a dangerous spot to be in.
Yeah, Kusta picking up a very easy kill now. Two members of Cloud9 looking towards that control side as Steel does take down Automatic. It will be on to Rush and Cajun B to find any sort of kill they might be able to get.
A little bit of a one-way on the edge of the smoke, but Kusta's able to sniff it out. Rush spots him, and that's kind of one of the punishments.
We'll keep coming.
We'll keep coming. We'll keep coming.
Yeah, that's Steel actually telling Vice that he's going to be hitting that ramp room many times throughout this half.
I mean, I don't know about trash talking in eco round. Like, we're going to keep coming. You had a P250. Yeah, you're going to get past him. We'll see if that actually does continue. Maybe he's just trying to get into Vice's head, and instead they end up rope-a-dope him and make him commit on ramp room. Instead they go somewhere else. But we have seen some faster play from Ghost Gaming before. They throw a Molotov in. It's traded out by a smoke in towards the trophy room, and it looks like both teams will settle in for a little bit of a longer haul after the first volley of utility.
All right, Freakazoid has made his way down towards Secret now. Rush has rotated down the vents. Does have a smoke primed and ready. We'll be dropping it out now. That will allow him a little bit of an advantage with that Mag 7 as Wardell now picking in towards ramp. Just misses the shot onto Vice now, and it does look like Neptune as well as Wardell will continue the pressure on towards ramp.
Oh, they're ahead of the smoke too, and Vice had an angle to be able to compete against that, but just does not win the raw fight. And now you're down a man, even though you've done some pretty good damage. Oh man, Freakazoid is just playing this position. He's actually going to get spotted. Rush is there with the shotgun. He'll be able to upgrade to the AK, which will be a welcome sight. A treat for Cloud9. That position from Freakazoid, his shoulder, he's a wide guy, you know, he's going to stick out a little bit too far. Golden gets 2 kills, and so far, Ghost Gaming are melting on the top side of this one. There will be no further damage dealt to Cloud9.
Yeah, Ghost Gaming do a good job of opening up the ramp right off the bat there. That's going to be really their main success within that round, but from that point on, they're not being able to do much as we're going to see Rush take down Freakazoid towards that lower bomb site by that stairs area, and then we see the inner rush trying to be generated as Steel gets taken out by the hut. The final 2 members on Ghost Gaming too low really to run onto that floor and do much. It will be a fairly easy round for the Cloud9 side. This is that second kill there from Golden, just catching Steel off and then Automatic rotating in. Rush finishes it up onto Wardell, and
if you think about that with Golden and Automatic working together, Golden was on top of the hut, and he got that first kill, and knowing that he's got some vertical support with Automatic banging up towards heaven, he knows that his most dangerous position that he could die from is either from underneath him or directly under through the squeaky door. So he decides to fall back a little bit closer to Automatic, as both of those players would be then tucked into the back wall of the site. So they're working together one way or another, and it's just reflex for them to be able to pull stuff off like that.
Does look like Ghost Gaming will be dropping those outside smokes right here, right off the bat, very quickly towards this outside area as well. You're going to see 3-4 of these Ghost members moving right down towards these secret stairs. I do think a smoke missed, however. That's due to the fact that Cloud9 actually threw that Molotov in advance, so that creates quite the gap now, even
Still
Automatic opping. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, a whiffed shot. It does look like Steel actually got a kill against Rush. That was on entry through Squeaky. That is peculiar. Ghost actually used 3 smokes for outside secret stairs, and there was still a gap. That's unfortunate, but I mean, what is fortunate is the fact that they're able to get down here without any further damage. The majority of the damage that was dealt was due to the HE grenades that were thrown over.
They're still not out of dodge yet, though, Dallas. The fact that they don't have a smoke to move in through this control site onto the bomb site is going to make it difficult, give the opportunity to Vice now, who's playing on this lower bomb site, to pick up a couple kills.
See, Occasion B is responsible for the upper site right now, but I think the action is going to be lower. We'll see what Steel does with the timing here, whether he's preluded to the team executing the lower, or he's actually catching the rotations post-execute below will be interesting. Kusta's been left into the control room, and with 37 seconds left, there's just a little bit more time for Ghost to be able to play with some kind of catch somebody peeking.
Oh, Vice didn't see this now. Kusta's going to make his way up ramp, Dallas. This is massive. Look at this. This is a free kill for Kusta. Yeah, he might even just play this time.
Yeah, he's got this kill against Golden, free and clear. Golden, yeah, he does not escape from that, but on the front end of this, you've lost 2 players from Ghost. It's 3-3, grenade up, in, and over, and a beautiful flashbang up there too. Cajun B will get 2 kills for the price of those flashbangs. It's just Wardell, 5 seconds left. He's disconnected from the bomb, and he will egress out of the site. And he'll be able to hold on to this. Does look like they'll chase, but I don't think they would get him in time. But another round for Cloud9.
That could have been so scary there. If Vice actually went down towards the ramp and he got taken out, they could have called the audible. Because remember, Ghost Gaming took the bomb towards that lower site to begin the round, but then they move it back towards Secret, back towards the mini garage. All the while, Kusta making that play towards lower could have netted them a free lower bomb site.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic. It's unfortunate. Ghost didn't have, of course, all the cards were still being held close to Cloud9's chest. So Ghost didn't know that they were actually in a fantastic position to strike. There would have only been 1 player down below. That would have been Vice.
Exactly.
Vice is usually a ramp side player, and if they had struck into that low site, they would have killed Vice, who was on site, and then somebody else, I think Golden, who was on ramp room. They would have then known what was then coming at them, having a massive advantage. But they choose to go upper, and they walk right into a Cloud9 ambush, mostly to the fact of Cajun B hanging out behind the vent.
Okay, and as freeze time comes undone here, Ghost Gaming, Wardell saving that AWP. Look for him to actually lead this charge going into this round, Dallas, as Steel and the rest of the team actually will be force buying behind it to give him a little bit of support. Ghost Gaming will use this round to attempt to break this Cloud9 win streak that we're seeing in front of us.
So far, it's been 2-2-2, but with the purchase on this one, doesn't look all too hot for Ghost. Steel's lucky to avoid some of that spam from Cajun B. He was there, and he's alert to the idea that nobody's made it their way down the vent. Even though they blasted the door open, they threw a smoke, it's nobody quite home. Golden having an opportunity against Freakazoid, but he has to know. Freakazoid shoulder peeking that angle is probably just holding his attention.
I like this boost here that they've got Wardell up on. If Golden does try to exit, Wardell should be able to pick up a very easy kill. Golden's still looking to take the fight as Rush takes a little bit of damage from the hut on floor. Wardell now starting to creep out on top of that red box.
This might start to shape up a lot like the tail end of Inferno, where Cloud9 were able to win quite a few rounds in a row. It really is coming down to who opens up the first couple kills and then dominating it. A little 2-round burst fire from Cajun B's AK is actually met with Neptune's Deagle, and that will end his life. But he's the last man standing from a 1v5. Good luck to him, but 43 seconds left for a couple kills here and there, and that's about the most he could hope for. The CTs have outside control, Automaticas as well. He's starting to push around and around. He's actually ahead of the red box now to soon wrap around the Marshmallow, but getting out that far wouldn't be totally necessary. Good dink headshot right there from Golden. He'll finish off Neptune. And Cloud9 getting those first couple kills in the round and really just locking up so far in this half CT end.
Okay, Ghost Gaming there. Remember, they force bought into that round, and they had no success whatsoever. Dallas only 1 kill really showing up for the side of Ghost Gaming. So they're going to be going on to a full save now, allowing Cloud9 to pull away by 4 rounds. Remember, this is Nuke. It is very CT-sided, but for Ghost Gaming, I think the name of the game for them will be 4 or 5 rounds, and they're going to be happy.
Let's see if they can get there. It's another faster strategy. Well, they wanted to come through Squeaky. As a matter of fact, that Molotov stops the Squeaky team. They push into it because Steel was already through hut and into the site. Those remaining players all took 40 damage from that Molotov. Oh, Neptune, you lurking son of a gun. I thought he was going to open that door and just catch it just as he jiggled the handle, but Vice gets the kills down below while Automatic will defuse in the smoke. Ghost didn't really invest anything into this round anyway. And they don't net any kills either, it doesn't look like. Oh, Fortunate, can he get the AK? He does, got the long arms, he survives. Hey, there you go.
That's huge.
You're going to have guns in the next round anyway.
That was nice.
I was so wanting Neptune to open up that Squeaky door just as the CTs came around and closed it.
All right, let's look if Wardell's going to get that AWP into his back pocket. A little bit of a slow start for him. Neptune really the only member of Ghost Gaming doing any work right now. He's sitting at 10 and 5. He's our top fragger in the server, Dallas.
Neptune is, huh? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, Wardell's actually very muted Hasn't been able to do too much with his op right now, and he's missed his shot. He's going to re-peek out, does find the second one, but it costs Kusta his life. He was a bit behind, but he was on the wider angle, so it's a 3v4 already with a minute and a half on the clock. Ghost Gaming are playing from behind. They'll have to continue this, hoping for that opening pick again if Wardell can just manage it.
Ghost Gaming find themselves down into a 4-on-3. It doesn't look like they'll be pressuring too hard. We do see a couple players by that squeaky door getting ready to exit out as Freakazoid slips in through this smoke on the other side of Golden. Now the mini hit will come as Freakazoid opens up this inner bomb site.
That was a T-Molly to give the CTs a little bit of confidence about Mini right there. So it's a 3v2, make it even easier for Cloud9. Don't think the bomb plant's going to happen. Sure, you took the upper site for a short time, but you're going to have to back up.
Yep.
Freakazoid has to get that bomb, but he's actually going to be gifted a chance here at killing Vice. Misses his first spray, went high left and then high right as Vice ducked it out, and you get the 7-2. And Cloud9 are up in arms, it looks like. They have just really, won 5 in a row at this point.
Yeah, bolstering that wallet right now as Automatic hits that 10K mark. Vice sitting on 8.2, Golden sitting on 9.2. Cloud9 isn't worried about any cash whatsoever. Rush and Cajun B, okay, they're not doing too well. I'd like to see them start surviving a few rounds and start building some economy in their pockets. But Cloud9 overall, a great CT start to the second map.
Wardell's fast. He's going to jump into the hut. He doesn't see anything other than some clouded field of view, but the Molotov doesn't burn him off the angle, and as that HE smoke clears, he's just going to stick this angle and hope somebody peeks out a little bit wider. I believe Rush is on the site. Yeah, he is, but right now he's peeking the other side of the silo, looking towards the vent side to make sure that no Ts are able to squeak out that end.
All right, Neptune does look to be resetting himself, heading towards this roof, the T-side roof, I should say, is Steel creating a little bit of presence towards ramp. Nothing really happening now as Wardell does take down Rush. That is a massive kill opportunity for the Ghost Gaming side.
All right, so finally, Ghost Gaming have a man advantage. With a minute to go, Cajun B, Automatic, paired up on the site. He got one up in the Mustang position. Cajun B, though, he is blind as a bat, searching for targets. He sees a down CT out there, but now Kusta will join him below ground in the grave. Traded out yet again. Vice and Golden now remain on the re-entry to this. The bomb's not planted yet, and it won't be for some time, it seems like. So it's going to come down to a handful more kills, and the more bodies that you lose for Ghost Gaming, the more difficult this bomb plant becomes. Golden in a 1v2, mollied off, chooses to take the fight up front. He turns left and almost is able to swing right, but Freakazoid secures it, and that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the opening frag. Both teams, at least when it comes to Cloud9 on CT and Ghost on T, it's just going traded back and forth, one after the other.
Yeah, it was a nice little idea from Ghost Gaming. It was looking like Cloud9 might have actually been able to hold that one down. Essentially what happens within that round was Ghost Gaming looked towards the inner execute, and that player standing above the Mustang area, able to pick up 2 kills, but then falls in front of Steel. In that moment, Steel able to pick up that frag and then essentially just shut down that inner bomb site, forcing Golden now to make the next move. Golden unable to do so in terms of clutching out the round. He does take down Steel, but Freakazoid, some great shooting.
Still having a good time. Barely scratching that round in. Let's see if we listen in and hear any strategies develop.
Just a little bit of chirping going back and forth right now between these two teams. But other than that, it does look like Ghost Gaming still cool, calm, and relaxed.
Yeah, it is paused, possibly technical.
Yeah, it was a technical pause because Golden actually joined the T-side.
Oh, whoops.
yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I think he died and he just smashed his keyboard and saw what would come of it.
There he is, back to the CT side. Sorry about that. And we'll get back into the match shortly. But 3 rounds. How do you think of this? You picked up 30% of the rounds so far for Ghost. If they're to close out the half, well, you're saying 4-5. What if Ghost only end up on 4?
Well, pistol round is very needed then at that point. They need to pick up pistol round to allow themselves a little bit of breathing room. If they get 5 rounds, they do get enough where even if they lose the pistol round, it's still 3 rounds that, you know, Cloud9 would ideally need to pick up. 3 gun rounds from that point on. So there is the opportunity that Ghost Gaming, you know, if they end with 4, there's still a chance. If they get 5 or more, well, it's looking good for them moving on to CT.
All right. So the timeout should expire shortly. It's actually going to be a timeout taken by Ghost at the tail end of this one too. So on top of that, now they'll discuss how to approach this round. Cloud9, after winning 5 in a row, are still feeling pretty comfortable in their economy. Though if they do lose this round, it's a very critical round for both teams. Ghost barely won that round previously. Only one survived. So if you pick this round up, your opponent's economy is not in a good spot. So you could likely end up into a 2-round, 2-for-1 bonus, if you will, for winning just this one.
That's how the rotations are working if we want to win the third. Like, take it easier. We just can't die to a J-Hall if we take ramp.
Okay, so they're basically saying that if they want to push into that ramp room, they can't be going down towards that J-Hall. J-Hall players shouldn't be able to pick up frags in that moment. Cloud9 now spending the last little bit of cash they have in efforts to buy into this round. So we do have a little bit of an economic neutrality between these both these teams. Whoever wins this round, Dallas, will be looking at either a save or a force buy moving forward. So this is a massive round here in Golden. Well, he's going to take down the AWP to start the round.
Yeah, Wardell had previously held that exact spot before, and I was wondering, I'm like, what angle is he actually exposed to? I knew he'd be obviously exposed if someone is standing on top of the silo, but apparently if you're also up on top of the scaffolding above the silo, you can still see above and beyond that and clean that angle out. So if you lost Wardell right out of the gates, but Steel is just as capable with the op and just as deadly. Neptune to lead the entry into ramp. It's going to be preluded by a smoke. Nope, just a flashbang. Vice misses his shot, and automatic is going to take this Hell's Hall angle and hold it passively, but Molotov pushes him off as well. So one grenade for each corner, and Ghost Gaming have been able to come down into ramp.
Yeah, rotations, though, coming in as Cajun B makes his way towards decontamination. Vice does find himself one onto Freakazoid, a second onto Neptune, and now Cajun B rotating in on Steel will give Cloud9 their 8th round. A great lower bomb site hold coming out from the CTs.
Yeah, it was. Just the pairing with Automatic and Vice. Vice holding the initial contact. He fires off 2 bullets and falls down and is able to successfully hold ramp. And at that time, as soon as Vice fell off his ramp room angle, his initial hold towards Trophy Room, you saw Automatic come, I believe, even out of heaven, down and hold the passive angle across Hell into ramp room. And then you had support coming in down the vents as well, instantaneously. It's like a tripwire. As soon as Ghost Gaming are able to push one off, everybody moves. It's going to be a rush round, and it is more than just a rush round for Ghost and Cloud9. Rush picks up 3 of the first ones. Freakazoid's the last man standing, and Cloud9 are most certainly going to be able to pick up this round. Finally, the first damage has been dealt, and Freakazoid will be able to collect after Rush has been able to deal a heavy detriment to Ghost.
I'd really like to see Ghost now go for a little bit of a force buy in this round, but really they need to start refocusing on that secret area. Most of the rounds where they got down the secret area, they were able to just free flow throughout it. So I'd like to see them maybe send 1-2 players down into secret, slow the round down, and then start to progress towards ramp.
It's looking a little bit like a desert out here for Ghost. They need to find an oasis to find 1, hopefully 2 more rounds if they want to have a pretty standard T side. It's really in the first map, Cloud9 were the ones playing from behind, and this time though it's turned right on back. Golden positions himself, so he just managed to line them up. That is super fortunate.
He didn't manage to line it up. Ghost lined it up for him.
Well, he took 2 steps back.
Yeah, he was just backing up. He was shooting bullets, and all of a sudden his crosshair moves into a lineup.
Right. He's just square dancing and manages to do-si-do with them. And you'll just see a couple more bodies for Ghost go into the netherworld. And it should be another clean round for Cloud9, and no more challenge to them in the remainder of the half when it comes to their money either. It was just a handful of rounds ago. It was really a bonus win. If you won 1, you're going to win 2.
Exactly.
And Ghost did that, and they did that handily. And Ghost Gaming then went for these rush strategies, and it was just another round and another round. So they've gotten quite a few for free, it feels like.
Does look like the T side doesn't have too much that they can do in this position. Automatic now pushing in towards the lobby. Freakazoid is by that old dark spot in Hut. So Automatic won't be catching him off. In fact, it's Freakazoid who is able to take him down, recover that AUG. But what can he do with this in his hands? Remember, the bomb is still on the side of Ghost Gaming, so they have an opportunity if they clear out either lower or upper to actually have a chance at winning this round. But now Freakazoid goes down. Wardell, no armor on his back. He too shall fall momentarily. Yeah,
15 seconds on the round too, so he actually wants to die right here. He needs this loss bonus, and Rush is going to give him that. So
final 2 rounds of the half, Dallas.
Yep.
Ghost Gaming, in my eyes, need both if they want to stay competitive on their CT side. What is your percentage that you're going to give to Ghost Gaming picking up
to win these 2?
Exactly.
Oh, well, the first one's going to be, if you win the first one, then the second one should be a little bit easier, I think, for you, for Ghost Gaming. But I'm going to say 37.5%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like 40, 35, and I was just split it between.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see if Ghost Gaming are able to pull it off with those unfortunate percentage numbers that you're giving them
should
here.
have been 3.33 repeating, of course.
Of course. Of course. All right. Looking like Ghost Gaming taking the round slow again. We did see a couple outside smokes come out from the Ghost side, but they aren't going to act upon them. Instead, they're going to keep their players towards lobby here, looking towards an inner execute as we move on to round 14.
Ops for both teams, Automatic versus Wardell. And I had said before, Wardell's been pretty muted, but really everybody's been pretty muted. Wardell with 3 kills, Steel and Kusta have 4 kills. Now Kusta has made his way to the rank of 5 kills, but look at this outside pressure. As a matter of fact, there's going to be an execute inner, but Golden actually has the flank to the backside. He'll find the next. Trades come through, and you just dominate from top down. Cloud9 own everything on this upper site. Really, they've dominated the lower side as well. Neptune, slow-mo off the top of Mini, gets himself a 1, but he is done, and they're on out. And Cloud9, if they were looking at the odds that I gave him, probably pretty happy about those.
Yeah, it was a good idea out of Ghost Gaming, faking that outer yard and then moving back towards inside, leaving Neptune on the lurk position. But the issue became KGB as well as the rotations coming in from Vice towards the Heaven, absolutely just shutting down that inner bomb site. Ghost Gaming, yeah, Kusta gets the entry kill, but from that point on, Cloud9 just absolutely dominating the rest of the Ghost side.
This is looking tough. And this is the spot that Ghost is in, that they lost that last round, and now their money is into buy whatever you can. Buy the farm. And they will manage to get themselves 2 AKs, a Galil Ump and a Deagle, but that's against everything that Cloud9 has been comfortable with for like the past 10 rounds. It's been really, really one-sided, it looks like, for Cloud9 CT end. A lot better than they were looking on their own CT side against Ghost on Inferno, but that game did end up getting pretty close towards the end. Ghost are going to have to actually make a better comeback than that.
Okay, another inner execute coming out from Ghost here as Rush is able to find the first. KGB comes in as well with one of his own, and inner has been shut down before it even began. Golden now taking down Neptune on the lurk. Final member Freakazoid. Well, he's moving towards Radio Room now, and it doesn't look like he's going to have any success. So 12-3 is what we're looking for, or looking at here for Cloud9.
Yeah, not looking too hot at all. Freakazoid 1v5, 40 seconds, no bomb. I'd say no chance. And if this round actually, I mean, it does go the way of Cloud9, but let's say if Freakazoid gets
a clutch ace.
Oh no, I mean, let's say he gets 1 kill, and Cloud9 win with either 4 or 5 surviving. Of the 12 at that point that Cloud9 have won at this juncture, 7 of their 12 were either 4 or 5 surviving. When they're winning, they're really winning.
Yeah, completely dominant performance coming out from Cloud9. This is something I brought up. No matter how prepared you are on Nuke, it's so CT-sided that Cloud9 absolutely destroys Ghost at every single turn. A great half coming out from C9. That's exactly what you want to see from them on map 2.
Yeah, so it's going to add a lot of pressure to Ghost's pistol round in the second half. If Cloud9 are able to win that pistol and get off to a really rapid start, there's almost no chance for a response from Ghost Gaming. They've only got 1 or maybe 2 rifle rounds at best, depending on how their force buy would go. So stick around, the second half of Nuke to begin shortly. You're watching the Pro League. And with that drum line, you expect to see a little bit more action. Welcome back to the Pro League. It's Cloud9 versus Ghost Gaming, and if you saw that shot, it was a tilted shot, which Ghost Gaming might feel that way. A really, really tough spot for Cloud9, or for Ghost Gaming, after Cloud9 dumped 12 rounds on them.
Yeah, it's just a very unfortunate half coming out from Ghost Gaming. I mean, it was their pick. You got to imagine they were comfortable on a map like Nuke to pick it. But Cloud9 absolutely destroying them here. And to start off this round, it does look like they're going to be blowing open that squeaky door, creating a little bit of trouble as Steel does find Cajun B now. It will be a 5-on-4 to ensue. Cloud9 not acting upon the nades that they've just thrown, taking it very, very slow.
That was just an innocent bystander. Cajun B just got, he wasn't even in lobby yet. He rounded the corner towards lobby, caught the shot from Steel. Neptune up on top of the hut, firing. And everybody, look how passive everybody is. You're looking for the baits, the shots.
Jeez.
Great shooting from Neptune. That second kill against Golden was gnarly. And then he transfers back. Dude, he's a machine. We saw a 1v3 clutch for him on Inferno. Now as we go over to Nuke, he carries the team on the pistol rounds to make sure that Ghost Gaming have at least enough ground to work with.
And that's the thing about these young guns, is that when they played against competition like this for long enough, it just becomes second nature to them. The fragging in this style with such power. Neptune, great pistol round out of him.
And I want to start hearing Ghost Gaming get loud again, but man, they were loud on those 2 rounds that they won in the first half, and then suddenly got real quiet. Spamming through, that's actually the bomb that has gotten the hole-in-one through the vents, so everybody's just going to keep running into it. I have to recover the bomb is the mission statement for Cloud9, and they get themselves 1 kill, but Freakazoid's able to put up a lot of damage, a lot of bodies that he managed to farm up, I believe, with a MP9, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was a FAMAS, but he made money for his loss, and Ghost Gaming are looking pretty good. They, though, have the AK setup coming at him from Cloud9.
Okay, are Cloud9 going to be able to start this off right now, or are Ghost Gaming going to take this first gun round and keep this comeback train rolling? They've got quite a few rounds if they actually want to make this happen. 7 to tie it up is what Ghost Gaming are going to need.
Yeah, it would be an even better comeback than Cloud9 started to create on the first map against Ghost, but Ghost did manage finally closing it out when they had sat on 15 for so long. Now they have to be worrisome. Don't want to lose that first frag. It's so critical to both of these teams. Really, on Nuke especially, they've been fragging evenly. So if you open up with the first and the trades come out back and forth after that, you've won yourself a round. So now you've got lower control held by Cloud9. Golden starting to come across the lower halls after coming through the secret stairs, and we'll just continue to gather intel. I don't think anybody's in these lower halls to directly compete against him. They're rather on site.
Yeah, exactly. Steel has just moved his way onto the bomb site itself. He's in a great position as well to guarantee himself maybe 1-2 frags, but at the same time, Golden now is going to be lurking around while Cloud9 is setting up to what looks to be a little bit of an inner split. As we pass the 45-second mark on the clock, Cloud9 should be hopping on their bikes momentarily for this execute.
Golden wants to come up the vent. He will be slightly disarmed. Nobody's there.
Makes it up.
He's up and in. There's a Molotov over by the ninja spot, too. Look at everybody chilling, waiting till they can see right through the opponent's gun to pick up a frag. But still, it's Cloud9 on the slight edge. Kusta's waiting for the bomb plant before he starts to peek out. And directly underneath him, oh, Vice stopped looking up here. Gets the headshots, the double headshot. And now Kusta upgrades to a big green gun. This one, though, is a little bit purple. He's got a player coming in from behind him. So, yeah, he shouldn't be long for this world.
He's not even turning around for this. He will be taken down. Steel under the ladder now.
Flanks on flanks.
Yeah, he does no automatics here.
Look for the second. Got to look for the second player.
Yeah. Oh,
he's got them both. Find the harder one. Has it. Can he transfer down? He does!
It.
The patience. He's got him. So he actually doesn't even take time. He does find the op down below. He's got a kit, too, to speak of as well. There's the voice that we've been so wanting to hear desperately for a while.
Are you not checking that?
Big round. How are you not checking that? It was a flank on flank. You would never anticipate it would come back again.
Yeah, that was a nice play coming out from Steel there. Look at this patience from him to find both the players before actually taking down automatic. He recovers that AWP as well. And Ghost Gaming are going to get themselves a 6th on the board, but they aren't done yet, Dallas. 6 in a row is what they're going to need to tie this one up. This hill is steep for Ghost to climb. Let's see if they're able to do it.
Yeah, that was a yikes moment for Cloud9. They looked like they just had it. but they will buy back into it. They've got AKs and a
Yes.
Galil, but
Yes.
the utility is short. So whatever they use to execute is basically chopped up entirely, and the post plant would then be dry. They would just need to keep their lanes open, but Ghosts are going to be able to try and plug those up with mollies and smokes of their own. They've got outside. Golden's behind the red box right now as the secret stair smoke comes through. He's actually around the corner before those blossom, and Steel getting that kill looks in spots that nobody's actually coming in to support that.
Yeah, so the comms now will be get ready for an execute towards ramp, get ready for an execute towards inner. As you're starting to see these Ghost Gaming players starting to tighten up on the bomb site, Freakazoid getting on top of the hut, such a strong position as Steel moves in on the floor to get down the vents.
Yeah, he'll choose to go down lower. I'm actually surprised with that information that they had early that nobody was coming down the secret stairs. I thought they would keep a little bit stronger force up top, but Steel, in fact, goes down below. Rush and Vice looking to pop open this squeaky door and search. Steel's still at this vent. This leaves a lot of work for Freakazoid to be able to deal with.
Automatics actually made his way towards under ladder now, and this is a huge flank that's starting to develop. If nobody on the Ghost side actually checked this outside area, this could be the map opening up for C9.
Yeah, Automatic's going to be your linchpin. Wardell does pop off with the first kill, but now Automatic's delayed coming into heaven. Nobody's up there to stop him, really. They're going to come up through the ladder. Caught him. 360 trick for Kusta before he sent right back down and packing. 1v2 for Cajun B. He's got one pinned in. He knows exactly where Steel is, but even dealing with him successfully so, he didn't know where Freakazoid was. You saw that he just dragged his crosshair high and left, hoping to catch a random bullet, a stray shot. But it's another shot and another round for Ghost.
Yeah, I knew that guy was going to late.
All right,
like that
12-7 is our scoreline now as Ghost Gaming starting to make this comeback a reality. Cloud9, not too much cash in the bank. We'll be looking at maybe a half buy here. They're actually going to go for a force. Cajun B picking up that AK and armor. The rest of the team, okay, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there on the buy. As everybody else is forcing up a little bit of a half buy, Cajun B ends up spending the majority of his cash to pick up this AK.
That might come back to hurt them a bit. The bomb, bomb plant would be the fill to that pothole in their economy a little bit. But they're going to try and employ that AK. Here's Kusta firing off some really good damage with the FAMAS against a lot of armor. They're actually going to try and over-push. They've got themselves 2 rifles to pick up. Suddenly, one AK has evolved into 2 rifles and an AWP included there. 2 players are still at the bottom of the ramp looking to receive a push that doesn't develop. So now 2 of your players for Ghost are actually out of position, and Neptune will be left alone with a UMP. He's got 2, looking for the third as well. He comes up massive again and again and again. The smoke's there, and that dissuades Automatic from the direct approach. He'll turn the corner, and he's kind of left wanting what to do now. The squeaky door was shut. Fires a frustrated shot through it, but he needs to clutch this out now.
What a round coming out from Neptune. They're taking it under his wing there, picking up 3 on the round, maybe in a 4th now as Automatic makes his way out that squeaky door. It will be Neptune finishing him off. I mean, what do we even say at that point?
I bow to you, Neptune. When the onus is on you and the team is on your shoulders, he repositions himself. He's not going to take a long fight successfully with the UMP. He stands right up front in one of the tighter choke points in through that hut, and he just lets them come one at a time.
Keep them coming.
And it's just headshot after headshot after headshot.
Great from him.
Between the second and third kill,
and
as well, he has a little breath.
Cloud9 made all the right decisions within that round as well. They pick off those first 2 players towards ramp, recover those weapons, call the audible, get the 2 rotations from Ghost Gaming down and towards that lower bomb site, and then they charge towards upper, and Neptune absolutely becomes just a wall in front of that hut door.
Yeah, a concrete wall. Because Cloud9 looked like they had gotten the early kills, they had upgraded themselves to a bunch of rifles, they had outmaneuvered Ghost Gaming, they'd done everything right. But what do you do when Neptune's on fire? You can't. There's nothing to do.
You sit back and watch. You
avoid them is what you try to do.
You buy tickets to the gun show. That's exactly what you're going to be doing.
So Cajun B, he's the guy that he bought that AK in the previous round, so he's got a MP5 right now to work with. It's not the worst of things to have. I mean, eating 40 damage from grenades early on in the round is a bit painful, but you know, it's end of the day. Look at Ghost Gaming's money. I mean, they too have been a bit hamstrung.
Yeah, they're not in the greatest of positions here. This round with massive implications as well. Ghost Gaming need to pull this one off. They need to keep the majority of their players alive, start building some cash because they still got a ways to go before this game starts swinging in their favor. As a nice Molotov hits Neptune, it is going to cause him to use a smoke grenade, but nothing really happening other than that.
Automatic looking to spam those Tetris box positions. see if they can get some chip damage. They feel like they're playing from behind a little bit right now, but man, it's not actually the case. They're still 4 rounds ahead. They've got weapons advantage. Now they've got a man advantage as well. Let's see if somebody else can stand up and be the hero, because it's getting darker and darker for Ghost Gaming, and it's going to be difficult to do. Well, I was going to say difficult to do with an AWP, but Wardell has popped off with his first shot. Cloud9 have turned tail instead and gone towards ramp.
Yeah, Freakazoid has a mag 7, however, so he won't be in really much of a good position to get anything going right off the bat. Steel has rotated down, opened up this door as well now to protect the bomb site. But a nice flashbang comes in, and Steel gets Cajun B blind.
He's still blind, 1 for each eye. But Freakazoid with the shotgun, he's finally shot in the back. But look at the time that's been dealt. Actually, the bomb has been planted to the backside towards Old Toxic. And Cloud9, as dirty as it may have been, because they got those early frags, are really the securing factor in that later bit.
Yeah, Cloud9 end up getting the first pick towards that inner bomb site on Neptune. At the same time, Kusta decides to aggress towards ramp, and that's where Automatic's able to take him down. As soon as Wardell gets that op kill on the floor, you hear the audible play being called by Cloud9. Let's take it towards that lower bomb site. And from there, Ghost Gaming not really in a position to fight back. Steel able to pick up Cajun B blind, but other than that, the Ghost Gaming members really hard pressed to find any luck towards that control side of the bomb site.
And how quickly the dominoes start to fall against Ghost. They had just barely won the 20th. As a matter of fact, the 18th, 19th, and 20th rounds were all in some one way or another one surviving for Ghost, whether that was clutch or 2v2 that ends up that way. And then they lose that round, and their money's completely depleted. Just like that. They'll be on pistols, very likely just some vanilla. Maybe Wardell has a little bit of extra cash to buy a pistol for himself, but he's the guy that you want to have the most money with so you could buy the op in the following rounds. So Cloud9 take 1 round, their first round on their T side, and look to actually stack up a couple more.
Does look like outside smokes is what Cloud9 is going to favor going into this round. Ghost Gaming now onto a full eco, meaning that Cloud9 most likely, unless things go awry for Ghost Gaming, will be, or unless things go awry for Cloud9, Cloud9 should be hitting that 14th round momentarily here.
Yeah, your only player that has the one-hit wonders, Freakazoid, and he's at the AC unit, just tucked in, working on it, make sure the air conditioning works, but he's got the Zeus. And he will chill there for a bit as Ghost Gaming are hoping to get a kill here and there, because Cloud9, their money's not pretty either. So if Ghost can get themselves to a 3rd kill, I think would be a blessing. And then though Ghost would be really, really backs against the wall, they would have to almost play perfect from there on out. They can't have those 1 survivor rounds anymore. Here's the first contact. Steel flirting with Rush. Got a headshot in there. It's not enough to finish the job, though. And that applies more responsibilities for Neptune as he tries to go top-down vertical on the players that were coming in through. And Kusta, nice headshot for him. A little bit of confusion from Cajun B, but he figures it out in the end. Only 1 casualty of war, even though good damage was dealt against Rush and Cajun B. Ghost Gaming are going to have to play even from a little bit further behind now.
This is such a rough buy coming up for Ghost Gaming here. Look at their cash, Dallas. All FAMASs across the board. Maybe we'll see some MP9s as well in favor of that utility. But this is a heavily favored Cloud9 round, just based off utility, based off firepower. Even the fact that Ghost Gaming don't have kits, so if we get into that post-plant scenario, the fact that Cloud9 can just play the bomb, and that's another way that they're going to be able to win the round very easily in this situation.
Oh, you got a great headshot from Kusta there.
That was very interesting.
That was a fire and fallback from Kusta. He couldn't have played it any faster than that. He literally fired off 2 bullets and then turned and went for the run, but he got shot.
The issue was he wasn't in really a fallback position. It took a couple more steps than needed to actually fall off of that railing, and that's what gets him killed in that position. I would have liked to seen him just straight up look for the fight, as Wardell does take down Golden towards the outer yard. It does look like Cloud9 now, once again, moving very quickly towards ramp.
Yeah, Wardell has come into mini. Steel's holding heaven, and the lower site is free and clear. So Ghost Gaming, you're in a really tricky spot. You've been really unsuccessful on retakes entirely. Actually, there was one in the 3rd round of this half that was successful, but when so much is riding on the line, I think this is just a save call. I don't want Ghost to risk it for the biscuit. And they won't. They're going to back off.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, it does look like Wardell will be moving out of that lower area. Does look like the final members on Ghost Gaming, Steel and Freakazoid, will be looking towards a save now. So Cloud9 securing that 15th round here momentarily, as Ghost Gaming on their map pick are really coming up short.
Yeah, there are. They had a good start to their CT side, but once their money's depleted, it doesn't matter how good you play. When your money's depleted, you're not likely to win those rounds anyway.
Exactly.
And so it really comes down to how strong Cloud9's first half was, and now they're starting to kind of kick the sand into an already fallen Ghost who are on the ground. They only need one more round to go, and I think we were in this exact same situation in the first map, but the roles have reversed.
Yeah. I don't know if Cloud9's going to have as much trouble closing out a match, especially considering the lead that they have right now. Ghost Gaming, the buy is not looking too strong for them as Neptune does pick up a UMP. No utility just yet on that UMP. He's going to have plenty of money to do so. So the Ghost members will be able to get kits. They'll be able to get the nades that they need. Maybe that's actually what they're lacking to find round success, is the fact that the utility is allowing Cloud9 so much freedom across the map that Ghost Gaming isn't able to actually compete with that.
Yeah, well, that's the last timeout for Ghost.
Okay.
They've taken their fourth, and
7 in a row,
that
no
means they
times
need
out.
7 in a row. They better hope they don't need some other form of fashion to break any success from Cloud9, who just need to tap it in. They've got Kriegs, they've got AKs, but one thing that Ghost do have going for themselves is an op in Wardell.
Okay. Well, Wardell's been kind of quiet throughout this game right now, sitting on 9 frags. He's usually one of the bigger fraggers of the Ghost Gaming side. A lot of their success comes through that AWP of his. So I'm looking for Wardell to come up big now to keep his team alive in this game.
And again, while we have a little bit of a lull while the round starts, this is the second map in this best of 3. Whoever wins the series goes to France.
Yep.
Whoever loses goes home. A lot riding on this.
Golden now making his way towards the outer yard here. Steel is by those secret stairs.
He messed his molly up.
Yeah, he missed the Molotov now, and Steel should be able to pick this one up, but Golden able to take him down, getting away with 20 HP, and creates such a problem for the Ghost defense.
Yep, that was just almost had that one. And again, the first frag goes to Cloud9, who looked to close things out, round it out. Same strategy we've seen before, where Golden goes solo down into the lower halls through secret. But I think this time, though, he gets down successfully so. And as he is down there and just cruising around, he's starting to see that there's nobody directly resisting the access to the lower site. So what happens with the upper team now? Do they go down through the vents? They are attempting to, but Kusta's locked off the first player. He'll be traded out, and Freakazoid follows up with a grenade. But Cloud9 have made the decision, okay, that's not the safest route into the lower site.
Yeah, in fact, it doesn't look like Cloud9's committing to anything now. They were trying to head out that squeaky door, but like you said, as they get shut down, it's Golden now moving back towards the vents, heading on towards upper, as Freakazoid now has made his way into ramp, so the solo hold will be on Neptune. Can he do it once again?
This is going to be a lot harder, a lot more angles to play with. He shoulders out, almost from the same position he had that heroic effort in, but it will be a 2v3. 15 seconds on the clock as the bomb will be planted just now. And you need the opening kill. It's between Wardell and Freakazoid. Wardell will be coming up the vents while Freakazoid holds the top side of those, telling him that at least your point blank may be clear.
Oh, but Golden within the mini now, catching off Wardell. Freakazoid's giving away his position as well. This should be a Cloud9 round as Freakazoid does take down Golden. He's now looking towards the hut where Rush is.
Yeah, see, here's the problem. With one guy rotating in, he's going to stomp his way through, so there will be a rotation around to his rear flank. Rush came through the hut and then around behind him, and you get a 16-8 scoreline. Nowhere for Freakazoid to go at that point. And really, not only were they verbally muted, but they were muted in the game